catechism
Uh-huh.
rosary, because she can do those uninterrupted, or the interruption will be brief, and she can just keep this litany going in an attempt to stay connected to her
Okay.
goddess.
Okay. Sure.
Oh, and we also discussed a little what she sees this as a sign she needs to do more independently without magic. But
Right. Right. Right.
yeah,
Right. Okay. Hey, Nils. How
Okay.
are you?
how's the
Okay, man.
homework?
Are you
Grant
smarter?
decided to go with Erica to get the dog groom against my better suggestions, and so we're not doing homework,
Go.
even though she has 4 tests tomorrow.
Interesting.
Hey, but
Sink or
look at it as
swim,
an
baby.
opportunity for some quality mother-daughter bonding time.
Which means they're going to go out to get something to eat because Erica wants to avoid the traffic and not have to drive back home and then back out there again. So that's probably the whole reason Grace wanted to go.
Right. Right.
Whatever works. Peace and tranquility to you. That's what I say.
The Shia and the Shiites.
Says a man who's raised kids of his own.
Yeah. Girls. Nils, we were just kind of getting started. I've launched the broadcast. It is OTNG. We are live, session 58. We've got Nils, Peter, and Gib. Ethan may join us. He said he would likely be late, so I don't see that there's any reason why we need to wait on him further. Gerda was just sharing with us, an idea about recovering some of this disapproval that she's suffering from. And in canon DCC rules, a sacrifice of treasure will recover disfavor. Roughly 50 GP is equivalent to 1 point of disfavor. So what I had suggested to Gerda was if we could find a suitable place for her to make such a sacrifice in the fiction, we'll roll with that. We'll work it out then.
Into the fire.
Into the fire. When we last left our heroes, there was a recovery of a camel train. What's the right word for that? Camel posse?
A camel train.
Camel herd? Herd of camels?
I've heard of them.
I've heard of camels before, sure. And some exploration of these ruins had been started in the southern portion of the marketplace. And also a discovery of some black vicious spiders that swarmed over Gerda as she started to move the baskets, which was their nest. They swarmed over her and into her armor and bit her viciously, but thanks to some quick thinking from Arkor and Slan Shah, who sprayed their water skins from the fountain about her, it dissolved these spiders into a black, gooey mess. And Arkor then laid his holy spider hands upon Gerda, healing her from the paralytic bite of those spiders. But Gerda's skin is stained, scarred, permanently blackened by those spiders and their dissolving goo mixed with their vicious bites. Gerda, show us what that looks like when you gaze upon your body now.
It looks like I've got splotches of India ink of different varieties.
Oh, interesting. Very cool. And that would be all over your arms, up into your neck, and all of your torso underneath your armor, and possibly even down below your waist. These spiders were everywhere.
I'm going to have to find a way to turn these into tattoos that I can then paint on a figure.
There you go. That's new inspiration for the next level, for the next figure level up. So, anything that you guys want to touch on the recap here? And would anybody like to present our session to the YouTube stream?
I don't mind doing it. I usually click around stuff as we're working, but I have
Yeah,
no
but
trouble.
that's fine. I think that just lends to the air, and it gives fellows like Ethan a chance to catch up on if or what we missed.
Okay.
And now one last thing, kind of mechanical thing that we touched on last week was I adjusted your lighting properties so only your characters would see what was to be seen. And I also adjusted the lighting properties so that you should now be Roll20 should now be mapping for you. As you move around, you'll see those areas that you've already explored.
How do I share this out, by the way?
Oh, so in the Hangout, you click on the
gear?
No, to the
left, the screen
to the left,
share.
there's a pop-out menu, and there's a green screen share button.
I don't see our characters. Are they not out yet?
They are. Hang on, let me ping you to their location.
So I want to share Google Hangouts or desktop.
You want to share your web application, whatever browser you're using.
It says select a window to show in the video called Desktop, Google Hangouts, or OTNG.
OTNG. OTNG. That's probably what you want to share.
Am I sharing?
Yeah, it looks good. Looks good on my side. Thank you. Mike, did you find your character?
I sure did.
Okay, cool. And you should be able to touch them and control them and do everything that you need to do with them.
I can see Gerda, and there's Hammy. Got a little skinny. Okay, well, we were approaching this door, and wasn't this ivy?
Yeah, so these plants, these are those really weird plants. You've noticed that their varieties and strains are very unique. Each cluster or bundle of plant life that you see about you is almost different in every way. And you can spend some time investigating them if you wish. I want to remind you that that is on offer. Also, the marketplace has a number of goods strewn about them, but kind of haphazardly and almost difficult to identify what might be useful and what's not. A little bit of time,
like abandoned looking, or just like haphazard, as you were saying.
Kind of both. Almost like people had just kind of walked away from the market, and also like people had rifled through the market. So kind of a mixture of both things, of both states. And Gerda has spent a little bit of time rifling through these goods of the market, but not enough to find anything useful. I've been tracking it on my side as the game master, so if you want to spend any more time doing that, you can.
I do want to ask some question about some of the plants. All of them seem to be flowering. All of them seem to be very, very pungent. But with flowers, there's often symbolism behind them that's in common lore or whatever. So is there anything I'm recognizing maybe? Like, oh, these are all sorrow plants or anything like that?
Again, every cluster of plants is unique and different. And you haven't given them enough time or attention to really evaluate them, other than the first few that you kind of focused on when you first
arrived. So there was
arrived.
black roses, right? Or the black something.
Oh yeah, and there
was the tulips that were by the fire.
And irises. There were the irises. What? I like irises.
So Gib will go ahead and look at these flowers that he's right next to the south.
Sure. Is anybody else doing anything that I should be aware of while we do this?
I'm keeping an eye on Gib while he's checking the flowers, just in case he gets sprayed in the face and decides he wants to live here.
Or spiders leap out and bite him in the eye.
No, that never happens.
Almost never.
Wait, that happens to me all the time.
Only once in a while. Remember, never put your hand in the hole.
And don't shake the baskets.
Add that to the list.
If you hear strange noises, it's because I'm house sitting my two dogs, and Tico is very vocal right now.
Got you. I was hearing that in the background a little bit.
Yes, he's insisting it's dinner time, which is half an hour to an hour away.
Liar. Kaylee does the same thing by about 3 o'clock, she's walking around thinking it's time for a WALK. I can't say it because she heard me say her name and she's looking at me intently.
Does this mean we're going somewhere fun? Yeah.
Let's do that. I'm ready. Okay, so there's some searching happening on these southern plants. And I just need to take some notes so I can keep up with you guys. Let's see, what is this?
And knowing it's time to poison us with plants. By the way, as a slight aside, if anyone has the wherewithal or time or interest next year to go to Big Bad Con, I highly recommend it. It's a fun group. It was a small little con, but boy, I enjoyed the role playing. It was a nice group.
You even role played with strangers without any of your friends present.
I know. I hate doing that.
Did all of you go?
It was just Sullen, Zarin, and I. Tico, nobody's beating you.
Where's my module? This is terrible. Terrible, I say.
Where's that one at, roughly?
Walnut Creek. Their whole spiel is all about inclusiveness and what would be the other word? Diversity, right? Inclusive diversity.
Yeah, inclusivity and diversity and acceptance of everybody.
Yeah, so you get a lot of, gaming's already pretty fringe, right? But at this con, you get the fringe of the fringe, I guess you might say. Or maybe not, but, maybe those people that are
bearded ladies, guys in dresses, and there are two transgenders that I realize I used to see at Ward Game things. So
frogs falling from the sky.
Frogs falling from the sky. Exactly.
Dogs and cats having sex.
Dogs and cats living together. Everything was under control till Dick was here, turned off the power grid.
Yep.
All right. Let's see here.
Is this true?
Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
Okay.
Tico, would you stop? You are not neglected.
So the shrubbery to the south of you recognize as a fruit-bearing tree. And the fruit that it's bearing are these scarlet pomegranates. The skin itself looks almost like a jewel, a red ruby.
Does it look magical?
It does appear to have some magic. Would you like to give me an intelligence roll to see if you can determine its magical nature? How about a DC 15? No idea. I mean, they look lovely and beautiful, but beyond that, you have no worldly concept.
What was the name of the fruit again?
A pomegranate.
Pomegranate. It does. Is one within very easy reach?
Yes.
Interesting thing about the pomegranate.
Gib will go ahead and he's so interested he'll go ahead and pick one.
Okay. It plucks perfectly from the tree. It's easily the size of a small softball, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
It's brilliant red. What do you want to do with it?
Gib's gonna try to ascertain, seeing that he's had quite a bit of experience with certain botanicals and or of the nature of mushrooms.
More of a fungal nature, I would suggest.
Yeah.
But yes.
He's gonna smell it to see if he can ascertain any poisonous to it or anything not of good nature.
Give me an intelligence check, this time DC 10.
Jeez.
Boy, it's so stunning. You get a sweet and ripe aroma from it, as if it's ready to be eaten. It's like, you know, at the peak of its perfection.
Pomegranate.
Is Arcor near?
Yeah.
Arcor is near.
Arcor with us?
He is.
Harcourt Fenton.
Hardcore is on the north side of the wall there from your current position.
So Gib will borrow somebody's knife and cut a very small slice out of it.
Sure. So you have a small. Everybody has a small knife.
Everybody has a knife for eating with, and tool with,
okay.
and cleaning your nails and everything.
So, sure. Good point. Good point.
So you slice into this pomegranate, and its skin is almost like flesh and then the knife pierces the skin of the fruit, and like a bubbling gout, a pool of blood just falls over your hand as you're holding this fruit, cutting into it. It's, almost black crimson, but blood, human blood.
Wow.
I'll make the sign of the acorn over it and say a blessing.
Okay.
Is it hurting my hand?
It doesn't hurt. No.
Do I feel like I'm being cursed in any magical way?
No. There's no other than like you just put your hand in the chest of a slaughtered animal, basically.
Yeah.
I bet Gene and Ifrit would love this. It'd be like a snack to them.
So Gib's gonna ask the priestess if this smells of animal blood or of human blood or something unnatural.
It does smell of blood, certainly. There is kind of a faint magical radiance about it, but you haven't been able to determine what that is. Maybe with another day's worth, another day, you might be able to study it in a different way, or you could experiment on it in some unique way. But you have no idea what that magical property might be.
Gib will take the just like a normal poison expert would. But Gib's no poison expert, but just take his other hand and barely touch it, and then put it right to the tip of his tongue to see if he can get a taste of it without swallowing any of it and being ready to actually spit it out.
Sure. So it does. It tastes like blood. It tastes like human blood. It's warm and it's succulent and it's kind of sweet, and you almost have this
hint of copper.
You want to just bite into it and suck it dry.
Yeah,
how did I sense this? I sensed this.
We'll save DC 12. Oh, Gib, you're just like
devouring it.
And you pull the pomegranate down, and your whole mouth is just this massive red mess. And it's so tasty and lovely, but that's all.
Yuck.
It feels like you just drunk the blood of
an innocent
child.
Oh,
maybe even a foe. Boy, child, foe.
Getting extra creepy then.
Extra creepy.
Now we're playing Lamentations of the Flame Princess.
So
we're always playing that.
So does the want, wish, and desire to eat it subside, or does
it does? You feel satisfied and sated by that, by the
one.
Virgins.
by the
So Gibble very carefully pluck another one, but without damaging it, and put it in a sack.
Okay, just note that down on your character sheet. There's a few more fruits on this tree. You could certainly pluck them if you wish.
But Gib doesn't feel worse.
I'm not
or
having
better
dinner with him.
Don't have dinner with Gib. One thing about these are fresh. These are fresh fruits, so they will only last a period of time.
I'm sure Solana Shaw would love one of these. I'm not being sarcastic. It's her kind of thing.
Oh yeah, she's like,
Well, she can have them. I mean, I don't judge other cultures.
much.
It's not being much. Openly. I try to say it subtly with snide remarks.
She will pick the rest of these plants that seem to be available easily.
Oh, okay. Let's see how many fruits there are on this tree.
She's like, waste not, want not.
Waste not, want some more.
Apparently.
Was there any food sustenance to it?
Yes, certainly. You feel sated and like you had just had a lovely meal. So there were 13 fruits on this tree.
Okay.
12 remain. Solana Shaw can carry them. Each will count as a ration, though they also have encumbrance associated with them when I next call on you. When I next demand of you to tell me your equipment.
Jim thinks that this could probably qualify as one of the three pieces, but he's still greatly amused and interested in seeing more of this landscape. So
okay, while you guys figure that out, I gotta go find my notebook. I seem to have misplaced it. I'll be right back with you.
One thing they had at the convention this weekend was last week, whenever, was you could pick up a character sheet. For instance, Explorer had little 5 boxes you ticked off and you ticked them off when you found different rooms of the convention and when you introduced yourself to someone or something, or you sat down and played a game you never played. And when you had 5 ticks, you went back to registration. They gave you a button that said Explorer, and then you picked up another character sheet. And I think the next one I picked up was Rogue. And then you did different things, and they almost all involved interacting with strangers, which I thought was a really interesting way to help. How especially because gamers can be very shy.
Saying something to each other.
Yeah, and I think it was kind of a fun little way of doing that, and everybody seemed to be having fun with it. So, and it was a tiny little dealer room, but it was almost entirely independent publishers. It was only like 2 or 3, and it was all independent stuff. And there was, I guess, there's 2 publishers, and then looked like sort of a game store. He had a lot of independent stuff and some board games, including a board game I wanted to get, but I can't afford it right now, and he sold it like the first night, which was pretty handy for him. But it was a fun group. It was very different.
Why would you say it was different?
Just because it was such a concentration of, well, in addition to just gamers, but it was very much a concentration of transgender and there was a woman running around with a mohawk, and her son was a little tiny kid playing with Lego, and a lot of tags you could say said he, him, she, her, they, them, or whatever you wanted to be called, I guess. And all the bathrooms were co-ed, and they had a list on the doors that said what was in them: 6 stalls or 3 stalls and 3 urinals, and pick which one you want to go in. Nobody cared. So
that was confusing.
Actually, it wasn't at all. It was just, it reminded me a lot of the dorms at UC Santa Cruz, actually.
Yeah, but they're a bunch of banana slugs.
Crazy.
All right, boys, you've had your dinner.
Sorry, it was staring at me the whole time.
It's all right. My dogs have now had their dinner.
Oh, perfect timing then.
You got tired of arguing with Tico.
My dog thinks it should be time for dinner again.
I'm not eating at the moment, therefore I've never eaten.
Ever. It's horrible. I don't know what they're doing to me.
I'm neglected. I'm wasting away.
All right.
So Gibbs,
how many of the pomegranates did Slaanesha sequester about her person?
As you can carry.
There are 12. You could carry all 12.
12.
They would count for 3 points of encumbrance.
Okay.
Gib, did you have something?
Nothing. I was just waiting for the group to say what they're going to do.
Okay. What's next?
So Gibbs going to say that upon discovering this and under this hazy,
hazy shade of winter
food that he just ate, he's going to say that there's clearly quite interesting, fruit to be had. Maybe some that are not for the good, but probably some for the good. So more investigation should be done towards
this type of stuff. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
All right, but only if you quit eating blood. No promises.
Are there any plants nearby that are visible that seem to be more like instead of flowering plants?
There's another. You'd have to move out of this area. This area is like all these kind of. It's like looks like it might have been an old orchard.
So, I don't think I have access to this character that I just moved. I don't think that's the
that's Horus
world. Yeah, I don't have access to the Eternal Warrior.
I will fix that for you. You have access to Gib.
Yep, which I just moved.
And let's see if that's the Eternal Warrior, whose name is Zron.
Zron, that's right.
How could you forget your own companion's name?
It's been weeks.
Literally. I've just moved Zron up towards Gib. Where did Gib go? How dare you, Gib? There's Gib. See if you can move this guy.
There he is. Okay.
All right, gentlemen, what will you do?
Gib's going to search this area this
side of the wall?
Yeah.
Are you searching the plants or the...
Yeah, for both. He's going to search both. The plants and then the bizarre, tint.
Give me a luck check to see if there are enough plants here for you to search. They're just scrappling bits. I'm going to suggest that past your luck. What is
it does not.
Is it under your luck is what I mean?
No, it does not. Nope, because I'm at 11 now.
It's your luck or lower. So yes, that does succeed.
No, I'm at 11. I'm at 11 luck.
Oh, so you just missed.
But you threw a 12?
Yes. So it's not under 11.
I see. All right. Not 11.
So then he's going to search the bizarre tent.
Okay, sure. Let's do the bizarre tent. Just consulting my holy scrolls.
Mm-hmm.
I have to get another holy tome. Unholy tome. Oh, you find a fine cask of ale, like a little pony keg.
Awesome.
Note that down on your character sheet.
Gib will take a quick swig of it and then pass it
Oh,
around.
it's the finest ale you've ever had. You're almost loath to share it with your companions, but perhaps you do.
Nah, he will. He passes it around to the group.
Okay, all of you imbibe this luscious ale. It's cold and it's crisp and it's amazing. Though you do drink about half of it, so you have half a pony keg of ale.
Half a pony keg left.
Let's see. What will you do?
Gib will move to the next bazaar.
Oh, you want to spend? You're gonna spend more and more time searching.
Well, yeah, I just got this awesome beer. Because the group's not, moving away. Nobody's.
Well, we came out here because of the spiders, but we wasted the spiders, right?
Yes. That spiders. Well, the spiders that had been covering your body have been wasted. They're just mere.
But remember, I torched Gib torched the.
The baskets. Yes. So those are gone too. So I'm going to put Horace and Cindella back in the spider room just for safekeeping. Here is Hammy. Should anybody require his presence?
We could go back and explore that if the fire's gone down.
Well, my thought was if you wanted, we could check out this. Wait, hold on. Check out this bazaar tent, and then come back through this door here, and then continue to explore interiors.
That's what Gib just did. He just did that one. So we could go into the room if the smoke is cleared by now. So we left the room because of the billowing smoke that was coming out.
Yeah, has that died down?
It's still smoky in there, hazy, difficult to see.
I say Gib gets to search this bizarre tent. Give it a few more minutes.
All right. There
that way we don't get,
we're going to open up.
We don't.
We're going to open. Go ahead. We don't choke to death, but we're going to open up both doors so maybe it can air out.
Good idea. Excellent idea.
And while Gib is doing that, Ericor is going to search the tent to the more southeast area.
Okay. Can you put your token out there, and I will.
Ericor's there.
I see which tent you're searching. Go ahead and make a mark on the tent so that I know you have all searched it, similar to the one that I placed in that central tent, south of the camels. I am just fiddling with one of my GM features. Okay.
Hammy and Gertie will stick near the door.
Give me a luck check. DC 15. You can apply your luck modifier to this roll, both of you that are searching. So in order to find something successfully, you need to beat a DC 16. Pardon me, DC 15. And if you continue to search, that number will go down and down, but it takes time and time.
I did not pass it.
Okay. Arcor.
Getting there.
But that was not a luck check, correct?
It was a. No, neither of you are lucky. In fact, you're so unlucky. This tent that you're looking at is barren.
I figured it collapse on top of me with a roll like that.
Sure. Yeah. In fact, it might have been Solana Shaw that kicked the post.
Are we done here?
So all three of these tents have been searched. In fact, now it's going to start to become like regional searching, like a cluster of tents. You probably should have searched this whole area, but that's fine. We will keep moving. What will you do?
What's the smoke like now?
It's still hazy, right?
Okay, so both
Blackened
doors
in there, both doors open. It's not billowing anymore. It's sort of kind of billowed out. Well, it's kind of billowing out, but it's not a raging inferno in there. The
Gibbs gonna still mostly insist that we should come back because we don't want to be blindsided by not being able to see properly, let alone be choking on something and not prepared. So
right, we could just go to the other side of the building.
Exactly. Right.
The
there is
That's
another tent to search.
There's another region to search there.
There's
Yeah,
another region to search if we.
Well, you search the region.
Gibbs says that's what we should do.
Excellent. Well, sounds good to me. And I will continue my litany of spells.
For
prayers.
The region area to be searched, Aaron, rather than tent.
Yeah. Are you going to go over and search a region of tents?
Yes, he's going to search. Gibbs going to search this region of tent.
Okay.
And Gerda.
Is anyone helping you, Gib, or are you just doing it alone?
He'll have.
will help too.
Okay.
Sure.
You guys can sum up your luck modifiers and apply those to your DC 15 check. Zron provides a luck modifier +1.
I've got a +1 also.
Okay, so that's a +2. So you're looking for a 13 on a D20.
You go for it.
All right. Like that?
Like that.
That's great. Let's see, why is this not? All right, let's see what happened. You found something. What is it?
A multi-headed minotaur.
No, a magic book.
A unicorn for Horus.
The two-legged kind.
Yeah. Here we go. Here you find a large keg.
It's like these were custom made.
It's like the parent of the
pony keg?
The pony keg of ale, but this is big. This is like beer keg size.
You're gonna have to drink it here.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, what could we do is I could just so Gibbs gonna take another swig of the awesome ale that he's got, and then just fill up this from that keg, and then we'll
you want to drain the little keg and add the.
No, not necessarily drain, but just refill it. You know,
it's not the same. This is beer, not ale.
Well, I mean, it's both
Are you
stuff.
It all gets mixed up inside.
Make a fortitude check, DC 5.
Shot of whiskey, shot of scotch, and a beer.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me what you're just going to add in the extra. You're going to top up this little pony keg.
Sure, but But Gibbs going to ask if the rest of the group wants some more ale.
No, but Hammy's offended that you're going to mix them.
Hammy's offended. Okay, well, we'll finish this pony keg first, and then then come back and use this.
And he'll help you with that just on principle.
There we go.
Okay, both of you make a fortitude check, DC 7.
Oh, sure.
I'm not
Pick on the
having
halfling.
anymore. What am I making a fortitude check for?
Because we've been drinking.
But I'm not drinking anymore. It's just for Hammy. I just made that.
I know. I'm adding to your.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Oh, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. What's up with you, Hammy?
I'm getting there. Is that a good roll?
Yeah, that's a good roll you passed.
Excellent. He's not
So,
drinking
Gib, you were
anymore.
you're already arguing that you only drank a little bit.
Well, yeah, he took a sip and then was going to, and then Hammy interrupted him, saying, "That's
If you're gonna mix them, I'll finish. I hope you finish that off."
So it's not finishing yet, but I'm sure that this can provide some sustenance and goodwill and cheer for the group. So
it's very tasty.
I see where the mistake is. The point was that the pony keg would be finished over time, and then we can come back and fill it back up.
Okay, you better make a note or something on the map about where the beer keg is. This is your map as much as it is my map.
Sure, I'll draw up a keg.
This is skull and crossbones.
All right, gentlemen, what will you do?
Well, I'd like to come around the other side of this building where there's
The
more
south
tents.
side.
See if there's another entrance. Can't tell, but it appears to be something there behind these tents. And there's more tents, I guess, if Gib really wants to dig around.
No, he says it's for the area, so we'll just call
south of you is a new area. West of you is a new area. I just want to avoid having rolling on every tent. That's
I agree. I agree.
There is a window that sort of opens into a chamber to your east there, Hammy, and then a door to your southwest. And the
oh, I do see a door in another building.
You can see the wall before you rising some 50 feet into the sky there, that great parapet of a wall.
Well, while Gib is over here, he sees that this foliage, is there any amount of foliage there to be considered?
Where are we, Gib?
To the bottom.
Oh, I see. Sure. Go ahead. See what you can see here. Like Hammy considers what he's doing. What are you rolling for?
Whatever he's seeing.
Well,
trying to figure out what kind of plants there are, I think is what he was indicating.
Oh, I thought that's what you wanted me to do.
You said foliage, so I think you were looking at plants, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what the roll is for. I have to step away from the keyboard and go chastise my children for a moment. I'll be back in a second.
Okay, so these are huge white lilies with spectral blue centers, kind of ghostly blue, with these kind of streamy, milky fumes that waft off them, off these very long stamens. So these big, kind of big lilies. Pardon me. And these big lilies, these long stamens, and the interior is all kind of speckled with this kind of ghostly blue. And they are magical in their own right. And you know that if you could harvest the sap from the stamens, that you would probably be able to see spectral creatures. It's that kind of ghostly effect. It would take you time to do that, and yeah.
Okay. Well, whilst the other Gib will contemplate how to, he'll catch up with the group and because somebody's got an empty bottle. I know. I just can't remember who.
Oh, it's the brass bottle that you found in the.
I have the
pool,
brass
in the
bottle, and I'm
pond.
looking. Yeah, and I'm looking for a stopper.
So Gib just found some potentially magical liquid that will allow us to see spectral beings.
Interesting.
Potentially.
Interesting. And we need a container to put it in?
That's what it's being alluded to.
It would take time and effort and a container, or you could just simply harvest it directly to your
Mouth.
directly to your person.
Gerda is carrying 2 empty flasks. So these are on her character sheet that are not the brass flask.
So if we want to just take the time for Gib to do that, Gib will volunteer to put it into the flask. Or
There you go.
to, and then
There
we
you
can
go.
move on from there.
How long would it take?
Well, tell me how if you're going to do it or not. I guess you are.
So
it takes you 3 turns to do that.
Okay.
That's
Takes
more
you-
than reasonable.
It takes you 30 minutes.
Right. I was worried it was gonna be like hours.
I say we check out this door and then go back to the other building if we can. And
Okay, so Gib collected the stuff.
yes, he
Yes.
did, as far as I'm
Okay.
concerned.
Yes.
Okay.
You have 3 doses of this. You can call it whatever you want, but it's like a spectral
Okay. We'll call it subseeing magic elixir.
All right. That's very cool. I like that.
That's what it is now.
Professor Gibbs, magical elixir.
That's it.
So now Gib's willing to go stop thinking and looking at things and go with the group.
All right.
And
There we go.
follows along.
So it looks like you're going to go down to this door to the southwest.
That seemed intriguing to me. I didn't want to have to climb through a window in the other building.
Did you look through the window?
No, it looked into a chamber, but I didn't see beyond that. I didn't actually look.
Okay,
So
right.
we should go take a close look and
You can look
See-
in there, Gib. You're practically looking in there now.
Oh, okay. That's that what this is.
Mhm.
Okay, Gib. Is it a window with a pane window, or is it just a open?
It's an open window. There's no glass pane.
Right. So just
Sort of
Gib
like
will-
a big kind of arched window like you would see in any
okay.
eastern city.
So he's not gonna peer in too far, but he's just gonna basically, does he see anything within the?
You see what you can see. You can see a door
Mm-hmm.
to your east there.
Okay.
there's little smoke issuing out of the cracks in the doors, I'm sure.
Right.
Uh-oh.
Grace is home.
Okay. He's gonna take that to the group and then go back, and we can check out this door.
Okay, so this door to the west of this kind of shady street that's covered with colorful silks. You see this, what you're assuming must be a large storehouse. Do you want to open the door? Who's entering?
Who's the most warriorish of us?
Back a second.
He'll order Dron to open the door.
Alrighty.
And Dron's like, oh, "Rrr," and then the priestess says, "Please, Dron, open the door," and then he willingly does it. Rrr.
Okay, hang on, let me move the lighting there. So
Because she's nice.
there.
She's confused at the moment, but she's still nice.
There we go. So this doorway opens into 2 large windows. Sorry, pardon me. this door leads into a cavernous interior that's almost looks like it's crumbling from within. You can see shadows shimmering around the walls, and these points I'm clicking to are big windows that allow sort of the streaming sunlight to fall into the chamber. I'll move the lighting layer shortly so you can see it, but they're very, very high in the chamber.
Mm.
You said that something's dissolving?
The interior of the room is almost dissolving and crumbling, like the interior walls are sort of crumbling and falling down.
All right,
Gotcha.
okay.
Very good.
And there's a single dome top trunk on the glass floor covered by webs.
Hey, we found a key.
Covered by webs. Oh boy, here we go. With
I'm not going near the fucking webs.
Do we want to go in here?
Well, we're here to adventure, right? So,
yep. Zoran and Gib move in. Can you draw where the
Sure, I'll put the each of you make an intelligence check as you move into the room.
Oh, the guillotine's going to take our heads off.
Gib's a little toasty. He fails.
Really? He's the most intelligent in our group.
One for Zoran.
I
take it you want high rolls?
You want high rolls.
Does Zoran make one?
No, he does not. Zoran's pretty dense. Hammy does well. How about Gerda? Is she going in?
She rolled. I thought I rolled her. Yes, she rolled a 5.
She rolled a 5. So
Yeah.
Hammy, let's. I'm going to suggest that Hammy's the last in.
Mm-hmm.
And as he enters the room, he hears whispering. They're here. They come and get them. It's going to be.
You guys hear that?
What?
Gerda goes, what?
Yeah, Gib says.
Voices.
You hear voices?
Quiet.
Oh, hey.
Quickly.
Drink your self-seeing thing.
Yes, correct.
Gib, try that because I heard voices.
Gib's gonna take a
something about they're here and quickly. I don't like it. I don't like it.
The pollen that you've been able to
extract
from the plants. It's more like a lotion. It's sort of like glub, 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 trying to get it out. And you know that in order for it to be effective, you must smear it into your eyes.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
The lotion in the basket. Are you going to do that, Gib?
Gib's going to do one eye and close the other eye.
You get 6 doses.
Like he's a pirate, exactly.
Yeah. Then you'll have no depth perception in the spirit plane. That's all right.
Okay, go ahead and mark off the consumption of that dose.
Okay, is it one dose or is it a half?
It's a full dose.
It's a full dose. Okay.
But you do have the advantage of not
seeing just the spirit realm.
Well, I mean, you could flip-flop eyes, right?
Right. That's what they say the pirates used to do.
See a little bit clearer with their spyglass or something like that.
No,
all right.
Go ahead.
Let's see, Gib. What do you see? Horrors. Horrors assault your very senses. There are these strange female-like beasts. I'm going to put them. For the benefit of the party, I'm just going to put them out on the map. Though, please remember that only Gib can currently see them.
Certainly. So don't panic and scream.
Much.
Oh man, that's not good. We're fucked.
So you see these things crawling around in the room. 2 of them are kind of up on the ceiling, and like one's way high about the midpoint of the wall, and these other two
Anybody
that are
there?
just north of you. Yeah, we're here. Do you hear us?
Okay. Now I can.
Just north of you, you can see they're kind of closing in on your position. We're going to roll for initiative. Oh no, first, before we do that, I need to do something else. I need to have a reaction check.
Sure.
What's your question, Gib?
Are they centaurs?
They're centaur-ish. Hang on, I'll give you a better description of them.
I'll pretend not to hear it.
Sure. Yeah, the upper torso and their heads look very much like a human woman, but their lower body is like a goat. But like that's sort of a twisted goat.
Not a nice goat.
And it's not even really centaurish, right? Sometimes their bodies go a little bit lower down in the human's perspective. Sometimes the goat bit comes higher. It's all
kind of morphing weird.
Yeah. And they don't seem constrained by gravity.
Things here don't seem to be
floating, or that they can climb walls.
No, you wouldn't know because you can't see them.
Absolutely, that's true. Never mind.
But that's a great question to ask when you can. And okay, let's see, looks like we've got Arcor. We've got, sorry guys, I'm just getting to where you are. Got Arcor, Gib, Hammy, Zeron, Gerda, all kind of entering the room. Looks like Slana Shah is off somewhere else.
I'll be back in a second.
Sorry, Nils, what's that?
There's a whole lot of breaking up going on.
I think there's, yeah, doesn't matter.
Of course it matters. We're toast.
We're toes. Just pulling up my reaction charts.
I was getting short. I'm going to buy it on this rock.
You always say that. I got a bad feeling about this drop. Let's see, there it is. DCC materials. House rules. All right. All right, let's see what happens. Ooh, yeah. They're scrambling quickly.
I think I just heard Horace.
Oh, hello, Horace and Cindella. Welcome. How are you, Ethan?
Perfect timing. Take for us.
Extremely tired.
Yeah. Hang on, I'll bring your characters into the scene here in just a moment.
Cool.
So your companions have spent some time kind of exploring the southern areas of the market. There have been some investigations of some of the plants. You've discovered a pomegranate that seems to be filled with human blood.
No.
Slana
Shah loves it. And also these kind of ghostly lilies that Gib harvested a sap, kind of almost a lotion from. And you guys have just entered this large storeroom to the west. And in the center of the room, there's a glass domed
treasure chest covered in cobwebs.
Chest covered in cobwebs. And when the party entered this area, Hammy heard whispering in the darkness, Gibbs smeared the lotion into his eyes, and then Gib, what did you see?
Some like half goat at the bottom, half women at the top, with not them being necessarily uniform and all.
One of them is the other way around.
Oh, one of them's a goat top
Mhm.
and a
Wait, maybe two. Oh my God, no, it's awful.
That's nice.
and two of them are closing in on Gib, and we're just now going into
And we're
either
just now rolling for
surprise
melee.
or initiative
Oh,
or whatever.
surprise, yeah. No one is surprised.
We knew nasty things were waiting for us.
Yes, and we're about to roll initiative. Why don't you declare your actions, and we will begin. Because remember, this is all that timey-wimey stuff.
So Gib's gonna cast and
Just casting.
and huck the lotion to Gerda.
Okay.
Who's going to take it and put it in her eyes?
Okay.
And Gib's gonna yell some stuff to the group.
Sure. Why don't you... Okay.
He's gonna yell that there's invisible monsters. Get ready, Gerda. Cast surrender.
No. And I'm not casting.
Okay.
Oh. Well,
so Gerda's gonna spring.
Gib's still gonna yell that.
Smear the cream into her eyes. What's Hammy gonna do?
Hammy is pulling out both his swords and taking the sacrifice to bleed. So he's got that short sword that he has to cut his hand. So he's pulling that one.
Okay, very cool. And Arcor?
Arcor is preparing for melee and trying to form sort of a shield, circular kind of thing with the others, so that we are mutually defended.
Oh, like set up like a defensive position, organizing a battle line, as it were.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Gerda's handing I'm handing the goop to Hammy next. Seems to me there were 6 doses, is what you'd said.
3 doses.
3.
Give it to Horace.
Yeah, let's give it to Horace.
Horace, what are you gonna do?
So Horace and Cinderella are kind of a little phased at just showing up, but they hear this girlish scream of something
from Gib.
Yeah.
He's the only one who saw him.
It's not a girlish scream, but that's okay if that's how you want to hear it.
It's a manly shriek.
It's more like,
and they're both
like
going to run towards the direction of the shouting and screaming.
Okay.
Totally not sure of what's going to happen.
Okay.
But used to that in this group.
Exactly.
And Zron's going to move up to basically help defend.
Form the battle line.
Form the battle line in front of, confusingly, because he doesn't quite understand what's going on, but he's still going to go up and get in front of Gib.
Okay.
And Gib can point and they get a general idea something's coming.
All right.
And as Gerda starts to be able to see, she says, "And they're on the ceiling."
All right. Let's roll initiative. Let's see, what are these guys? I need some scratch paper.
So who has the best in
Horace.
Oh, that's well done. Let's see if I can even get close.
I'd rather you didn't. We would rather you didn't.
Oh my God.
Close is okay, it's just not over.
That's right.
You guys, you win the initiative. Take your actions. Do what you will do.
Okay, well, Gib, you said you were casting?
Yeah, Zron's going to first move to here and take up a blocking stance in front of, a confusingly blocking stance in front of Gib.
All right.
And then Gib is going to cast What are we at? We're at a negative right now. Or what are we at?
No, we were at a
Neg
plus.
2.
That could change.
Oh, it did. It changed in the middle of the session last time. That's right.
Yeah, the last time you cast, you were at neg 3. This time you're at neg 2.
Neg 2.
That puts me at a,
Gibbs
I believe, a
going to
negative
cast,
4.
Eckham's Mast first.
Okay.
Oh,
Shit.
Boy, the dice just haven't been with you tonight.
Nope, they haven't. So he's still gonna then. That one just fizzled out for the day, whatever day exists for here.
Okay.
And then he's gonna cast lightning.
All right. Who's closest? Zoran or Arkor? Go ahead
I
and.
would say Zoran.
Well, right now, given the current positions, it's going to be It's going to be random. I'll let you roll it.
Sure.
I'll give you even a modifier on Zoran being slightly
we're gonna
closer.
first see if he gets the spell off.
Mhm.
So so right now, instead of it being a +9, it's going to be a +7, if I remember right.
yeah, sounds right. Oh,
Ooh. Okay, still, nonetheless. So then this is to roll 4 to see who gets the damage to up.
Okay, it's a D6, and 1 to 4 it's Zoran, and 5 to 6 it's Arkor.
Okay, fair enough. Let me switch to a D6. 1 to 4.
Zoran.
Yeah. But through that, he feels the electricity like shoot out from him. And so what is that? That's 25 for lightning.
How much damage does Zoran take?
Zoran takes 4. And then so then that is a +4 then to the spell, which would put it up to a 28. Forked lightning. The caster releases 5 lightning bolts, 1 from each finger on one hand. So the energy comes down and goes through Zoran, and then goes into Gib, and Gib's hand raises up with all 5 fingers basically.
Okay, very cool.
Pointing at all 5 of the.
Is it like in an arch or anything like that? I'm thinking maybe this one down in the southwest might be out of that arc.
45. Yeah, that would be out. So it'd be just if
you could zap those 3 to your north there.
Yeah, I'd still think that 4th one would come in, but okay.
45 is pretty narrow.
Well,
it's half a 90.
It's half a 90, and that would cover those from where I'm standing.
let me take a look.
Get the engineer.
Okay.
Yeah, the rocket guy. Give it to the rocket guy.
Okay, here, make a luck check for the
you're not
third
gonna
one.
get. You will not get all 4.
How about 3? And that's the question.
He can get 3.
Okay, 3 it is.
4
So
to get all. Yeah.
Here's this.
To get 4 would be.
That would be.
That's 90.
That's a 90 degree. You would need about 90 degrees to hit 4.
Yeah, so 3 it is. So zap them. How much
That's
damage?
3 out of 5. Hell, it's over half.
Getting to it.
Stay on target. Almost there.
So let me.
Aaron's doing something wicked according to my computer.
Yes, he is. This is their electrical resistance.
Oh, right. Good point. I need that.
Stop that.
I've been dealing with electricity for the week. Sometimes.
Kind of in your wheelhouse at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, I thankfully am done with clay and have been doing drawing, and it's much easier on my hands.
Yeah. I've been doing 3D modeling.
Very cool. Very
Like-
cool.
25 to 30 hours of it over the last few days.
Nice.
And
I'm
I'm
impressed.
done.
Boy, that was all the way at the back. 5d6 damage each.
Sap.
Okay, so this will be for the first one right in front of him.
Are we sure Gib is not a Sith Lord?
Didn't die, young Skywalker.
So that's the one right in front.
15.
15.
Okay.
And
That,
the one,
that just vaporizes it.
and this one to the immediate right.
20. Oh, that one's like that one's like climbing up along the side of the walls, and it gets blasted off. It lays still on the ground by the wall, just kind of twitching a little bit. Little goat hooves.
And then the one to the back.
That one's still alive.
Whoa, it's
That
a
was
big
still
one.
alive. That was the big one.
Oops.
That's the
Parker,
one
off.
that's like half goat, half human, and half goat again.
Yeah, and it's like
That's 3 halves.
the back half of it was just blown off. It's like dragging one of its rear legs. All right, who else that can't see these creatures? What are you doing?
I take it I can see him now.
Nope.
Even with goo in my eye?
Oh, now you can after you take an action after you take your action to smear the goo in your eyes. Yes, now you can see them. Pardon me, Gerda.
So
Got what you were doing.
she is going to step between the party and the ones she can see have not gotten blasted.
Oh, these two that are farther to the west.
Yeah, the two this direction. Cause I'm going to watch them so I can intercept them
Okay.
if they move towards the group that can't see them.
Okay.
And who do I hand the vial to?
The next strongest person.
I say give it to Horace.
Okay, well, Horace is
He's not
slowly
in here yet.
way in.
Okay. Well, Hammy's got it. She's handing it to Hammy to give to Horace.
Okay. Horace will move. He moves very slowly in his plate mail.
Yes, but he's a brave lad.
Yes, he is. All right. He makes it to there with his first movement, and for his second action, he'll take the vial from Hammy.
Excellent.
Hammy/Gerda, right?
Pretty much.
Right.
Okay.
And then Cinderella has freaking insane amounts of movement. So he makes it to...
So I will remind you that there's only one dose remaining of the ointment to see into the spectral range.
Right. Why I
These
haven't-
creatures in there are completely invisible to the other party members.
Okay. And Cinderella moves to a position behind Gerda and next to Hammy,
Okay.
with both of her rapiers drawn, ready to attack something if she sees something.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, before we do anything else, so I gotta. Okay, Hammy took 3 points drawing his sword.
Oh, good. Good remembering. Thank you.
So let me do that.
So remember that as long as he holds it, he doesn't have to take that damage again.
Correct.
But it does, you kind of are stuck holding something in your hand.
Exactly.
So you use just so
Is that
Gerda
every-
just used one turn, right? Or one action. Was she going to do anything else?
Yeah, actually, she used one action to apply the goo, and with the second action, once she could see, she moved to a position of interception of those things because no one but you and I can see them right now.
Got it.
And if they move
Okay.
forward, I want to be able to try. I'll take a swing at them with my magic mace. Excuse me, my warhammer.
Your basilisk hammer. Your bass
Damn
hammer.
straight. That's right.
All right.
It's for kicking
So then I think
bass.
then we're all done.
Okay, let's see. Now it's the creatures. These ones are dead. Dead, I say.
Who's dead? They're dead. There's
They're
only
all
gone a
messed up.
moment.
At least they're not
They've
dead.
been dead for centuries.
Let's see. What
Are you
happened?
sure? Are you a doctor? They've got less meat on them than a chicken nugget. Sorry. I've been rewatching Red Dwarf.
I'm just reading my notes. All right, here.
I hope you're just rereading the nice parts. Oh, there aren't any.
Mm.
All right, let's see what happens. Okay. This one, Hammy's the first to hear it. And it goes something like this. Zran, 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 turn to us. We are your friends.
They know our names. They know our names. They're calling to us. Be careful. Watch out, guys.
Turn on your companion.
They're trying to get Zon to. They're calling Zon's name.
Down. All right, Zon, make a will check. Beat a 10.
Well, I guess it's a good thing that Horace is decently stupid. He might not even remember his own name.
Oh no, Zron falls under the ossuary of these foul goatlets.
Well, maybe it's time for Horace to
And he turns.
see.
He turns and says, "Wizard, I knew I never trusted you." And he raises an axe. Ah! But it's not his turn to act, so he'll go when you guys go.
Oh, grand.
Or actually, he'll go when the beasties go next.
Okay.
That's that one done. What do these two do?
Well, hopefully only the big one can mind
1,
control.
2, 3, 4. There's 4 of you in the front ranks there. No,
Actually, I'm in front of everybody.
yeah, you're front and center. So this one's gonna dive at you.
And I'm swinging like a batter in the 7th inning.
And Cindella will be paying attention to where your mace like falters or hits air in place, and that's where she'll attack
And then this one,
when it comes time for that.
calls like, oh.
Oh, crap.
And crawling through this window is a giant spider.
I don't like spiders anymore.
Can we all see this spider or just
Yes, you all see the spider.
So Aaron painted something new.
He did. Spiders. Why does it always have to be spiders?
Oh
It's
boy.
about that big.
Oh my.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, I guess it's a good thing.
And it's like it's trying to squash and crawl its way through the window there. All right.
It's a good thing we can actually see it.
Looks like it's a new round. What are you guys going to do?
I'm going to bash that thing in front of me.
Oh, sorry. This thing charged down on you and is going to make an attack against you. Gerda, I'm so sorry to have forgotten what I was doing. I just need a stat block for this beastie.
Out of curiosity, does this spider look like just a giant spider, or does it look like a giant mechanical spider?
It doesn't look mechanical. It looks very organic.
Okay.
It was summoned.
Just given the place we're at,
Well, because the camels aren't real.
exactly.
I think it's summoned like what our core summons. I think these are magic.
That was Ridian who summoned
Ridian.
spiders.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
All so confusing. Who's doing what?
Did we
Which
lose Nils?
wizard?
I think we did those.
Looks like he might have dropped. He will step out of the multiverse.
Let's let the spider attack him.
Conveniently step out of the multiverse.
In and out of the multiverse in his Kithian ways, following his Kith made hither and thither.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see what the heck is going on here. I need my calculators. I don't have my calculators. How? Here we go. Looks like it's going to be.
Well, it would be sad to have a TPK, but I mean, if it happens, it happens.
Oh, interesting. Right. All right. This one comes screaming at you like a banshee out of hell and hits armor class lots. She like barrels into you. You guys are tumbling around. She's scratching at you. And you take...
This is Gerda, right?
This is Gerda. She takes 2 points of damage. And you can hear her whispering in your ear. Opposed wisdom saves. You get to add any wisdom modifier you have on your character sheet.
You mean intelligence?
I mean personality. Wrong game, sorry. But it's just almost like hissing and spitting. You can't even tell what she's trying to say to you.
Perfect. I'm going to try and crush your head with my Warhammer.
Okay, you can on the next round because you guys started, remember?
Right.
All right.
I just want to be really clear what I'm thinking.
That's your declaration of your action. Great.
That is the declaration.
We know what Gert is doing. What's Hammy doing?
He's shitting his pants because that spider looks big.
It is.
And he can't see whatever else is coming.
It's huge.
But he does not like the idea of Gib getting stabbed by his own eternal champion. So he's going to move up here. Yeah, he's going to be getting up here near Gerda to try and keep an eye on her. And if the spider comes toward Gerda, he'll just have to go crazy.
Okay. Oh, there is Zron is turned on his once boon companion Gib.
Exactly.
Ready to strike him low with his axe. What will Hammy do?
Hammy's ready to parry. Can I do that?
You want to get in the middle of that?
I don't want to get in the middle of it. If he comes,
you want some of that?
No, if he's coming at Gerda, I mean that's Gerda's otherwise engaged, so he's guarding Gerda's flank.
Okay, he's definitely going at Gib.
Yeah.
What are you going to?
Horror's going to be the one who's going to try and step in.
I figured that. That's good. Hammy's just acting.
You're going to try to protect the wizard. Okay, great. Yeah. What's Cindella doing?
Cindella is going next to Gerda and just going to start flailing around with her rapiers. Basically, she's looking for where Gerda's hammer almost seems to hit something, and is going to try and target that area.
Oh, all right, interesting.
One would be able to see the physics of something, hitting something that you don't necessarily see.
Sure.
So.
Arcor?
Now, whether or not she can hit something.
Oh, Arcor's away, pardon me.
Or whatnot. Or whether or not she can actually hit them isn't the question, but.
Arcor is away.
Where is Arcor's character here?
He's behind.
He's right at the door, isn't he?
He's right there.
That looks like Hammy.
No, Hammy's pointing. Hammy's right there.
Oh, okay. Arcor's right behind Gib. Got it.
Yep.
He's wearing green.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
As
he'll
all
come to
elves
in
do.
time.
Okay. Let's see who can see. I think Gerda can see. Gib can see. Oh, and Horace can see now, correct?
Yes.
But he can also see that Gibb's in trouble.
And personally, Gib is the more important. He's going to be our main damage source. So
That's it. Long-standing concept of keep the wizard safe.
Welcome back, Arcor. What will you do? A huge
Attack.
spider's just climbed through this window to the north. One of these goat creatures has tackled Gerda, and they're rolling around on the floor.
And Zron's about ready to
Actually,
attack
you can't see these goat creatures. You just see Gerda like rolling around on the floor, and Zron's turned on his companion Gib and is ready to strike him low with his axe. What will you do, Arcor?
Say WTF?
Huh? How'd this happen?
What? Go down the street to get a Snickers, come back, and this is what I find?
Right. So I will. I will look at my character sheet.
Probably not a bad idea.
opens his backpack, pulls out a sheet of paper, starts making notes.
You have the long spear?
He's got the long spear, yeah. So
I think you also have a bow.
From the rolling around that Gerda is doing,
Mm-hmm.
she like seeming to grip something, or
It's hard to say.
okay.
You want to try to study that and see if you can figure out what's going on there?
There's a giant spider coming to the damn window.
Yeah. With my long spear, I'm going to come over here and start poking at that spider.
Oh, trying to hold it at bay?
Or hit it, actually.
Okay.
But yeah.
And you're right, that's an enemy immediately to your right.
Oh, this thing here?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
Zron. He's swinging his axe at
Zron
Gib.
got converted.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. All right. So I will step up then and defend the wizard, as Peter said.
Well, Horace was going to go up and engage directly in the melee.
Two defending Gibbs, a great idea.
Yeah, two's better.
Save the bombardier! Save the bombardier!
My point
For
being
God's
that the long
sake, somebody
spear-
help the bombardier.
My point just being that the long spear lets him fight from further away.
Oh, right.
Second rank.
All right. So I'll stand back and poke it at Zron.
Okay. Slana Shah, what's she doing? Anything?
So well,
Giggling.
Did we ever
Giggling
find her?
a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure. Is with her fade teleporting ability. I know this is something very different than what the world that we're in now is very different than what she's used to. But does that provide her any ability to see the crawly creatures?
Oh, interesting.
Maybe if you tried to trigger, yeah, you could possibly. I don't know. You have not stepped into your this in between space here.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You like I haven't tried teleporting.
Right.
Right. Okay. So he's going to come into the room and then do her little teleport thing.
Okay, let's leave it at that and let's see what happens with the initiative.
Right. Right.
All right. Beat a 19.
I like that 5 a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Horace, you can do it.
Oh my gosh.
And he does it!
The day again. All right.
Hey, remind me later to tell you a story this weekend how that kind of happened. So,
Man, lucky.
All right.
All right. Go ahead, guys. Take your actions.
All right. I'll have Horace run in to deal with Zeron.
Okay. Any mighty deed?
Yes.
So
I'm-
here's something about Mighty Deeds that might help frame your concept of them. We played DCC at Big Bad Con with Terry. What was his name, Peter?
I can't remember, but he writes modules for Goodman.
Right, and his perspective about the Mighty Deeds is those let you break rules, basically. Those let you do things that you normally wouldn't be able to do. So keep that in mind.
But the flavor of the text is what's going to.
Yes,
Right. I think of that. I just think of that picture that Nils had on his DM screen, where it's that barbarian has just leapt off a giant boulder he's swinging the sword two-handed over his head as he's leaping towards a giant, where he probably shouldn't be able to make the distance, and he probably shouldn't be able to cause any damage. But you make your deed die, you're going to split that thing's skull.
Yeah. So.
And it paid off for me a couple times, being really flavorful and descriptive.
So
yes. What's the deed?
The deed is that Horus is going to slice the head off of Zoran's axe.
Oh, disarm him. Cool.
Exactly.
Nice. That's kind of cool.
All right, go ahead and make your attack roll.
Okay. Right. Oh, it's been so long.
Do you just have one action die at this level?
No, I have two.
Okay.
Yes.
So this deed die roll will apply to the second action should you wish to use it for combat.
Okay.
Just as a reminder.
That is my plan.
Right. But only one deed.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. There we go. Oh.
Deed doesn't go off, but the attack hits. Strike drawn square in the chest. How much damage do you do?
Oh no, poor Zoran.
Hey, he changed sides.
8 points of damage.
8 points of damage.
We're the planewalkers, all right? Don't cross us.
All right. Do you have are you going to do a secondary action or anything?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and swing at him again.
Oh, you're just going to take him out. Okay.
Well, I don't think I'm going to be able to hit him, considering how badly I rolled on my deed die. But
well, you did roll a 19. His armor class is 17.
Well, that's I rolled a 14 on a D14.
Oh, that's a crit. Oh no, that's not it. That's not in your crit range.
Correct. I don't know what you decided about.
Highest roll.
Right.
Yeah. Let's not count it. Let's go ahead, Mike. What is?
It's not. Yeah.
Sorry, Gib. What was that?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. Peter.
Oh, it was just something from this weekend, but it doesn't actually really pertain. So, never mind.
The halfling is the only one that can crit on lower results. On a 16 on the D16. Everybody else for warriors or 20s on a D20. But what does that mean when you roll a higher die? Warriors crit within that crit range. Everybody else crits on the top of that die. Does that make sense? Do you hear my ruling?
Right. So if I were rolling a D24 and my crit range were normally 18 to 20, it would be 22 to 24.
It would be 18 plus on a D20.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That sounds fair.
Yeah. But everybody else that normally crits on 20s would be throwing 24s to crit.
Okay. All right.
Higher chance to hit with the die shift, but less chance of causing the crit roll.
No, same chance. Well, I guess it is less chance.
Slightly.
Yeah.
Instead of 5%, it's like 4 and some or something.
Yeah.
Probably doing the math right now.
I don't know what Zoran's armor class is.
Zoran's armor class is 17. That's a miss.
Yep.
So it's like too fierce. What does that attack look like, Ethan? Come in and you try to hit that, cut the axe, but you miss your deed.
Right. So I go to hit his axe, and instead of hitting the axe, I kind of overshot and just went straight into his shoulder.
Oh, okay.
and I like did a little bit of brought my sword around to do an extra forehand and just didn't quite hit him.
Right. Okay. His armor deflected it.
Yep.
All right, who's next? That was Horus, who's now up there in the melee.
Yeah, let me move him up there for you.
Sure, with Ron.
Crap. Well, Hammy can't see, and he's still in delay waiting to see what Zron does or if that spider comes out. What's Gib do?
Yeah. Go for it, Gib.
Gib's going to cast lightning again.
Oh my God, there's so many friends around you.
Yeah, but Zron's really close.
No longer a friend.
And he's close too.
Please note that Horus is closer than I am.
And that's a so that's a 22.
Okay, sounds like it's going off, and it's going to zap Horus. Draw off his life energy. How much do you take from him?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's 46.
4 points of damage, Horus. You feel weaker. What does that look like, Gib, as your spell goes off with a mighty 26?
Yeah, then that's a 26. Chain lightning. So this one, the first one to get hit, it goes from him, then to the next.
Can it hit foes that are in melee?
So it'll go from Zron to the spellcaster. It's going to do this.
Oh, into the spider. Okay. Great. How much damage are those guys taking?
The first takes 4d6, the second takes 3d6, and then the third takes 2d6.
Okay.
So here is the first one. Let me get ready. 4d6. So this one's going to that traitor Zron.
Not much of a traitor.
No,
we're
not really.
We're a fickle group.
So it's 11.
Okay.
And then going to the
3d6 to the goat creature.
3d6 to the goat creature.
4.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's horrible. Then 2d6 to the spider.
I'm hoping it's an animatronic, like a Chuck E. Cheese kind of thing.
Oh, the one that one's still up.
Yeah, it's probably got about 1 hit point.
How much to the spider? 8?
8 to the spider.
Okay.
And then Gib is not going to cast a second spell, but retreat.
Okay.
Good idea.
Yep.
Anyone else?
That's a 16, and that's pushing it.
Hammy's maintaining his defensive position because I don't think I can hit an invisible creature without endangering Gerda.
Yeah, she's rolling around with this thing, and at the start of the initiative, they sort of break apart, and you can't get back to your feet, readying your warhammer or however you decide that occurs. Hammy, you can't see the foe that Gerda had been tangling with.
Mm-hmm.
There's Ron still engaged in melee with.
Can Gib take an action? He just thought of something.
Sure, I think you have 2 action dice, right?
Yeah, so he retreats and he takes out that fruit and throws it at that closest one.
The one that's in melee with
The ones that's in melee and is hoping that it'll show, where it's at to the
you're trying to stain it with the fruit.
Stain it with the fruit.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll an attack roll. I think using your action die, which is a DC 16, and you can roll you get to add your agility modifier if you have one.
Okay, I gotta call up goofy dice. Okay, so it's a D16, and then agility is a 12. So I don't think that.
I think that's even. I don't think that there's no mod there.
There's no modifier. Okay, so it's just a D16 roll then, right?
Yep.
So as he retreats, he pulls out the fruit and throws it, attempting to stain it, so that it's then at least that's visible.
Okay, good. Oh, that's a miss. So yeah, it's a miss. A miss. So the fruit splatters into the floor.
Oh, maybe it'll step on it though.
or to be distracted.
No, then you'll be able to see the
footprint.
Make a luck check, Gib.
Maybe it'll just want to eat it and be distracted. Who knows?
I think that's
God
unlucky.
damn! I'm just rolling like shit today.
You're rolling up when you got to roll down, and down when you got to roll up.
Damn.
Gotta change the die colors, my guess.
All right, who's next?
Okay, Gibbs done. He tried his damn thing.
If Gerda wants to attack the creature first, and then Cindella will come in if Gerda can hit and potentially see if she can't hit the same area.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Cindella's trying to study this whatever melee's going on here. Go ahead and make your attack roll, Gerda.
Yeah, slightly more accurate attacking.
Okay, you said the thing, and I tumbled around, and when we parted and stood up, and she wipes the blood from her lip, and she looks at the thing, having not once stopped in her recitations of these tiny prayers and
these mutterings,
these mutterings and songs and all these things, and then as she swings the mace, swings the warhammer, almost like a baseball player. Her muttering stops, and she says, "May the Blessed Lady bring you peace." And she swings the warhammer and goes right back to her catechisms.
Look at that. Oh, look! I like that you added these notes to the weapon here in your
primary hand. Yeah.
The Warhammer, charm person once a day, +1 personality.
Right, otherwise I'll forget all that stuff.
Or tests, not spells. Yeah, exactly. That's the way to do it. And then your 2-hit roll is +6.
Yeah.
Because of your attack modifier for your level.
Correct.
Maybe a strength modifier, and then the +1 modifier from the weapon itself, right?
I have a +3 for my level.
Wow.
I don't have a strength modifier, but there's something about the weapon itself. Let me see here. +6. No, it's a +2 warhammer, so it should be a +5, not a +6.
Oh, do you have an agility mod?
I do have an agility mod of +2 at 16, but is that for?
Might be chucking that in there for some reason.
Okay.
All right. Well, in whatever the case, you did 9 points of damage to it. Smash.
Well, I think Cindella knows where to hit.
Or at least try.
Well, Cindella, you can make a luck check to see if you're able to follow all of that action.
Okay.
And react to it quickly enough. Though you are a thief, a rogue, so you may be able to take good advantage of this.
Nice.
You are going to shift down a die to a D16. And I think that's another die shift if you're dual wielding. Is that right? Or is it just an attack mod?
So for my dual wielding, because of my 18 agility, I do 1 normal die and 1 D16.
Okay, so you'd be a D16, D14. You can do that if you like.
All right.
Or you can just single wield and
It would still be a D16. So
Yeah, I'll give you a regular D20 if you want to single wield against it.
all right, we'll single wield against it.
All right.
Okay. So let me get all my mods
And,
right.
and you can see it. It makes sense. When you're dual wielding it, you're parrying and everything else. So right now you're just looking for any one place you think you can hit.
Well,
It's like you're like waiting.
but Sindela just saw
Exactly.
where the mace stopped. Like in
Right,
midair.
you can just see
red.
her. You can see with the rapier just moving a couple of inches here, watching, and then zap.
Yep.
Right, it's like executing this well-timed lunge.
Exactly, exactly. And going, touche.
Yep.
That one's for Sullens.
Absolutely for Sullens. I love it. Ooh, that looks like a hit.
Oh, yeah.
I think she found her mark.
Almost
she went
exactly
for
the
5
same mark
inches.
I hit.
5 inches below where the mace stopped. Exactly 5 inches.
Well, that's where her 18 agility and her wild child luck bonus worked in, and she moved that quickly.
All right, how much damage do you do?
I did
7, 8.
4 points.
Oh, pardon me, 4 points.
But I found
Well, the dice are sure rolling. They're showing different numbers than what it's rolling.
Really?
Oh, the funky dice do. With the funky dice, you can only look at the chat window.
Yeah.
That happens to me all the time. I'm like, hey, I did it. Oh, no, I didn't. So this weekend, I got to play a warrior, which I've wanted to forever. And you have so much fun with Horus, and I just really wanted to do that. So I got to do it, and Aaron ran a halfling, and we were a pretty fun team. I don't know if the pictures came through to the DOTD group, Aaron, but
Cloud and
Brahm.
Brahm.
Strength 17, intelligence of 5, but a sweet guy. Yeah, had a pretty good personality. So he was a sweet guy, and we lived. We were doing level 2, and we was close a couple times. But Brahm was just making every roll, Ethan. I mean, I was just knocking things out of the park, making my D die and everything. And the other warrior in the group wasn't. In fact, he was taking damage left and right. And the cleric kept bringing him back. And I was just I was taking like 2 points, 1 point. I think he was rolling shit against me and rolling it in the open. I mean, it wasn't like he was playing anybody. And then at the very end, we kick open the door, and there's some kind of wizard guy at the end of the furnace, and there's this other stuff going on with monsters and everything. We do what we can do, and the other warrior shoots at the human/wizard guy, and his D die is he wants to get him in the eye with the arrow, pull a Legolas. He rolls a 6 on his D die, and he rolls a 20 to hit.
Oh,
and that was the big bad. It was a total Horus moment.
Classic Horus right there.
It was pretty cool.
It was
pretty cool. It's classic
right
warrior
time,
move.
right place. Just
sorry I had to, but this group would understand that.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, that's great.
So let's see. Is it any more heroes left to go?
No, because Hammy can't see anything unless the spider comes down or he senses something close. He's not gonna stab and hurt his friends.
Just say you just saw what Sindela did, and you could try to follow suit.
You're a wise man, Gib. I will do that with only one blade. So,
for you dual wielding, well, make a luck check, Hammy. Let's see if you can even follow the action that just happened here to your left.
Yeah, that's super fair enough.
Barely.
11, that's probably
barely
passing.
right now because I'm at 12.
All right, so you can single wield for D20, or you can dual wield for your regular halflingness.
I'm gonna be gutsy, little Hammy, because Gerda's in danger, and she's my pal.
All right, 2d16, dual wield it.
All right, come here, Hammy. You show him.
One of those weapons is magical. I think it gives you a plus to the attack.
Let's see if I have that in the. Hold on. Do I have that in?
No, you don't. It doesn't look like you do yet.
No, I don't have it set up. Oh yeah, because you guys can see my screen, huh?
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So no, I don't. So here's the first one. Give that a. That'll have the plus.
Just a +1.
Okay, so just add a 1 to whatever that rolls. Ah, it says 20.
You rolled a 15
Nice.
plus your
Nice.
bonus, so that brings it to a 21 total.
Okay, so that's going to hit.
And the second one.
Go ahead, the
Oops.
second one.
What the heck? It just. I hit modify by mistake. Sorry. Okay, so the first one does 6 damage, and this, or actually it's 7 because it's a +1 damage, I believe you said, and the second one does 4 damage.
Okay.
And the 7 damage is with the magic blade that's got my blood dripping off it.
Oh, and it's a killing blow. What happens?
He gets it right at the base of the neck. He doesn't know it, but as it's a spine where the two forms seem to meet. Just because it's sort of a V, it just seems to catch the blade, and he snaps whatever backbone or thing is there, and it just
you can feel it buckle.
he can feel it.
Sandella's blade.
That's it. That's it. Just follow the line. Doom, doom, doom. What a deadly trio. It was a good call there, Gib.
All right. Let's see here.
It wasn't the big bad, but it makes us roguish types feel good inside.
Jeez, these things are nasty.
Is that everyone?
I believe
It's like we lost
so.
our core again to the wastes.
Convenient timing.
He says no internet. He says there's an area internet outage with no ETA, so don't wait on him.
Ah, the wilds of Sacramento.
Yeah. Our school internet is actually faster than normal because we're running off of our backup servers, because our normal servers are in Florida, and that's underwater in the middle of a hurricane right now.
All right.
Man.
I think that's the party done, and now it's the beasties.
Yeah, technically you're still supposed to have Zoran go now, I think, though.
No, he's going with the beasties.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cause,
okay.
because he's on their side. So he had.
Oh, right.
That's why we got the jump on him and got to get a couple attacks in.
You're right. Good point. Yep, didn't think about that.
Yeah, we don't want him going right away.
Yeah, I had thought about how to handle that, but it seemed right that they should go with the enemy. He should go with the enemies.
Mm-hmm.
So the spider, juts its abdomen into the chamber.
Oh, it doesn't need to do that. It should probably back up.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean,
probably
you
should.
saw what us roguish types and Gerda
It
did.
starts laying down all this
Web. Fuck. Good thing we like fire. Hey, nicely done, Aaron. Nicely done.
I think I did it backwards, but whatever. You get
Well,
the
if
idea.
it stays in that particular arc, I have no issue with it.
Well,
It might be to protect the other two.
Underneath it is the glass dome with a treasure chest in it.
Ah.
Yeah.
There we go. It's about like that.
And we have a key. And a thief.
And those of you that can see, these things scamper out through the window between the spider, and then the spider sort of recedes back out the window, and all is quiet in the chamber.
Gerda says they seem to have left.
Oh, Zron. And then Zron takes a mighty swing at Horus. Whack. He's a wizard, or he's a warrior in his own right.
Mm-hmm.
He's a level 4 warrior. And let's just see how he does. And he is
Very
going
bad.
to try to. He's like trying to drive you into the webbing.
Okay. So yeah, we're in like this tangled melee, and we've basically reversed positions and pushing me back into the web.
Sure, if the deed goes off, we'll figure out what that looks like. But let's see what my deed die is for level 4 warrior.
As long as he doesn't end up naked without his armor outside the barracks again. That we've had that happen way too many times.
It's like it's a D6.
We don't talk about that.
Here's the attack.
We don't talk about that.
And the deed doesn't go off, and he hits AC 13, which I don't believe is enough to get through your mail.
No,
Is that right?
Well, yeah, he'd rolled a 16, right? Because he's level 4.
He rolled a 12 plus 1 for his deed die.
Yeah.
Right, but
he doesn't get attack modifiers the same way you do.
Oh, okay.
Because his attack modifier is the deed die.
Okay, because he doesn't get to pick what he's going to do, kind of thing.
Right.
Gotcha.
It's more swingy. It's more fluctuating. It's more
NPC. It's the NPC rule as opposed to the character rule.
No, it's the same. It's the same as a human warrior.
Is that not politically correct?
Oh, because a warrior doesn't add their level?
No.
They
just get the deed die straight.
Yeah.
Okay.
But our deed die can give us much, much higher values than any level bonus will.
Of course, yeah.
All right. What will you guys do?
So did Ron come out of his? Is he still enemy?
You'll have to tell me what you're going to do.
Horus is attacking him.
Okay.
They're enthralled in a melee. If he stops fighting, it's going to take time for him to notice that.
Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Gibbs gonna yell out to see if he comes back because he realizes that
total of 18, which will hit actually.
Doesn't look like your deed went off.
How
much damage did you do?
That will be
just subdue him.
11 points of damage.
Okay, Gib. That was a killing blow. What happens? How do you see? Show us how you see Zoran meet his end at the fate of
Gib yelling out
Horus.
like, "Just subdue him!" Puts his hand out, and then he sees, even though he knows that this was part of the Kronos, of the goddess that he serves, it still broke his heart that it was. That he died before he could go back into. He had to die in his dream, which in itself is horrible, but it's not outside of it, and that this is all just a dream to him. But it still caught him at the heart a little bit.
Okay, I like it.
You'll subdue him as the sword goes through his chest.
He's subdued. He's subdued now.
He still has it. He's still in Gibbs' heart. It still bugs him. So he walks over and sees him go back into that. Only that he sees, because he sees him go into the
spectral realm. Yeah.
To the rest of us,
away,
and he's falling into it, dying, and sees the confusion in his face, and that's what bothers him.
So what troubles you most, Gib? The confusion and the hurt.
Yeah.
As he's falling back to his plane of existence. Go ahead and take a luck point. That was cool. All right. What will you do?
Horus is going to turn to where Zoran was and just spit and yell traitor. But aside from that,
Gerda's going to wipe the blood from the wound.
And then
that she took. She's not going to heal it. She's just wiping the blood.
We need to go back and get more, or attempt to get more of that elixir out of that gooey, pasty elixir.
Well, remember that most of us are pretty much capped out for the day. on
No,
how
he
much of
means.
that stuff we can take.
Sorry, he means the spectral.
Oh,
Spectral-
Yeah,
okay.
we're gonna
The
need more of that.
lilies.
The spectral
Yeah.
lilies.
Yeah,
And then-
definitely we want more of that.
Then he's gonna say. Then Gibbs gonna speculate that he thinks that the the plants and the fruit all have something very important to do with this place, and that we're gonna need to collect up all the things in order to. Because without discovering that one plant, we wouldn't have been able to see anything, and we had been in a complete chaotic thing. But it was very weirdly non-coincidental that that plant existed so nearby, along with the fruit that he ate. So he now thinks that everything's a little bit connected in some way.
Okay. Well, you do know that you
I've been
harvested.
telling you that from the beginning. That's the very tenet of Eldivir.
Everything's connected. Well, you do know that you plucked all the blossoms when you harvested
Oh.
those lilies, so there aren't any more there.
But we have to watch
Okay.
for more of those lilies.
Then we'll have to, okay. So if we depleted it, then yeah, we're gonna have to definitely look for that one again.
Okay.
I think we should exit the building. I don't think we can get to these webs. I don't think we want to mess with the webs.
I think Gib can cast and burn them off to get to.
You want to cast flaming hands?
He's gonna bring that.
I
up
gotta
with the
step
group.
away for just a minute. Excuse
Okay.
me.
Did you want to cast flaming hands, Gib?
Well, he's gonna bring it up with the group, but he also wants to examine the thing that's under, the glass, whatever.
It's covered by those webs.
And roughly, what did it look like, though?
What did it look like? I can tell you what it looked like.
Be right back.
It's a domed trunk that looked like it was fused to the glass floor, and it was covered with webs.
And did it look wooden, or did it look metal, or did it look glass, or?
You could just make out the shape based on,
coming in
by it being. You couldn't make out the material because it's covered by these kind of these cobwebs almost.
Okay.
You can see it's sort of trunk-like, and its top is round, spherical, half spherical, a dome.
And
it's maybe square in size, but with this weird lid on it.
So when Peter gets back, he wants to take a poll. Whether we go chasing after, you're back. Do we want to go chase those things down, or do we want to rest?
I don't want to chase those things down.
Okay, because that one was almost dead, which was the main one. But
we don't know how many more there are.
So with you here, what would be the guesstimate time of pulling the spider web all off of the area?
Well,
you mean just off the chest?
Yeah.
Yeah, so usually the way I track time is that you guys can sort of do two things, like two exploratory things for a turn, right? So
Gib asks Horace to try to whack the spider.
To cut the spider webs down?
Yeah, to cut them down.
To cut your way to the trunk, Horace?
Yeah. I'll go ahead and see how well my sword fares against these spider webs.
Okay, so you turn and you start laying into them with your blade, and it just passes right through them, like whoo, whoo, whoo. Okay. And as you're like swinging your blade, they just fade from your vision. They really weren't there, or were they?
Interesting.
Maybe the spider wasn't really there.
Yeah, it might have been an illusion.
Does Cinderella and Hammy, who didn't have the goo in their eyes, see the webs?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question? Were you asking those that had the ointment in their eyes? Could they see the webs?
No,
Yes.
Could the others see the webs?
Everyone could see the webs, yeah. Everyone saw the spider, and everyone saw the webs.
So Gib will go up and try to grab the webbing.
That's on the trunk?
No, that was cast by the spider.
Oh, it's like it fades and dissipates before your
Dissipates.
fingers.
Let's double check the web that was on the chest when we walked in. It could also be illusionary, but it could also be full of little black spiders.
exactly.
I'm not touching it.
Okay, so is the recently cast spider webs all gone then?
Yes, the blue ones are. I'll get rid of those.
I don't know. It looks kind of like a Todd McFarlane comic page at the moment.
Yeah. Let's see how I can get rid of these. There we go. Okay, and you can see the shape of this trunk beneath these cobwebs. It's like completely covered with these cobwebs, and they sort of drape off the edges and sort of, make these weird patterns, and the cobwebs sort of run out from it, at irregular distances and whatnot. I'll draw a few cobwebs around just for flavor effect.
So you know where the little black spiders are going to come from.
Is on a side note, whilst Gib is still thinking about the all this fruit and or plant life that's seemingly helping with things nearby, is Gerda, outside of her splotches, is she affected by the spiders anymore?
No, she was healed by Arcor because he has a lay on hands ability, and
but the splotches seem to be there still.
yeah, her skin has been stained.
Like a bad tattoo.
So Gib makes a comment that maybe the bloody fruit might help restore it. Restore her back.
I think you used the last of yours, right? And Slanisha has the rest.
Slanisha has a bunch, yeah.
And she has it marked as rations, so good luck getting them from her. Now I don't know. I think it's blood. And
just a comment. Just yep. You
I think some of these plants are going to be really helpful, and I think some are going to be odd.
About you. So
yeah, I think I'm fine. I don't mind a little stain. I can deal with that. Some of the things that happened to Iridian when he was casting spells. So.
All right, what will you guys do?
So, is Arcor's spear nearby still, or did that disappear?
Arcor's gone.
Yeah.
Okay, but we have Sandella, and we have a key.
Right.
Does the key appear to be the same as the lock?
Can you remind me, where did you find the key?
Where did we find the key? We found it just outside, didn't we? That was earlier tonight. We just found a key.
No, we didn't find the key earlier. It was the other day. It was the last playing session, I thought.
I don't remember there being a key last playing session.
So it's entirely my imagination. There's no key.
Key is a lie.
Yes, like the cake. I could have sworn we had just found a key or a set of keys, or
maybe. Oh, you know what? That was from the DCC game we played last at Big Bad Con, Peter. There was a key that we found that opened the locked door that led to the room with the crystal sword in it, or whatever.
Yes.
That's where the key comes. That's where the key is in your mind.
I'm sorry, it's my Alzheimer's doing that.
Wrong DCC game.
Well, you still have a thief.
Yes.
Okay. So I think the point of the cobwebs, though, group is that it covers this stuff, and we really can't see past the cobwebs. Correct?
You cannot, but what you can see is the vague outlines of a trunk. It's slightly square in shape. It's about 2 feet by 2 feet square, and the dome, its lid is a dome, and the dome is another 18 inches tall. So the dome is almost as tall as the box itself.
It could also be an ossuary. That's
So
all we
whoever
need.
is wanting to poke at it, Gibb's going to be ready to cast flaming hands on the whole thing if it erupts with those spiders again.
I'm not going near it.
I learned my lesson.
That's right. Keeping both my hands. I'm not getting any more fucking blue ink on me.
Okay, so Gibbs standing back, getting ready to cast a spell. Gerda's like backing off from this thing, like, hell with that. What's Hammy doing?
He's not interested in spiders either. He doesn't have a spear.
Okay.
He'll fire his crossbow into it if you want to see if that'll make a bunch of shit come flying out of it.
Sure, that's a good idea. That's a
Okay, you want to fire a crossbow into it? Sure, go ahead. Sorry, you just fire a crossbow into it. It's like no roll to hit or anything. It's just like sprang, and it just flings off. Looks like you fumbled, so I saved you.
You saved me totally. Thank you.
For shooting one of your friends in the back.
I really appreciate that too. Yeah. But I had just hit attack as you said. Oh, you don't even need to. So it wasn't.
Sure.
Yeah.
So the crossbow just ricochets off of it, kind of dangerously close to Horus.
does it? So does that indicate that it's not made out of wood? That it like ricocheted off of like metal or just ricocheted?
Yeah, just ricocheted.
More to the point, it indicated that it's not going to be covered with things coming swarming out at us.
Okay. Yes, good point. So nothing
didn't disturb anything within it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
so, then Cindella will basically just work around the outskirts of these webs and just begin slowly like trying to cut them back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Cindella's like kind of working the webs off of the chest. Okay, and you finally do reveal it, and it's like a lot of the metalworking and material that you've seen here. It's a bronze chest.
Oh, okay.
And the dome itself is like a swirling red.
So is it like some kind of weird, like half, like crystal ball type thing?
Yeah, I mean it's like glass and it's like peering into this like swirling redness.
Okay, so Gib will go in and observe it, see if he can see anything. Try to deduce what it is.
Okay. It's not radiating magic. Yeah, it doesn't seem magical. No, it's not magical.
So then this dome is the top of the chest?
It is the lid of the chest itself. Yeah, the square-shaped chest. It's like this swirling red beneath this glass dome.
So
Gib,
50 quatlus on the newcomer.
Mm-hmm.
Does Gib feel like that the stuff in his eyes are still working?
Hey.
It's starting to dry a little bit, but it's still a little bit sticky. You know, you're kind of squinting.
And with that, he doesn't. Everybody sees the red swirling.
Yes, it's not just a.
But it is movement. It's like a gas is circling.
Yeah, it might be like a gas or something. Sure.
Okay. Cindella will begin like walking around it and analyzing it and trying to figure out exactly, where the hinges are, how it's supposed to open, see if there's a lock on it.
Doesn't appear to be a lock, but it does look dangerous.
Okay.
I think we should come back to this because I have a feeling we should use some of that blood fruit here and pour some blood from a pomegranate into it.
You're not super interested in. I mean, you're not you when Gibbs like it looks kind of cloudy or smoky or maybe even gas that sound sends alarm bells in your mind.
Okay, so Cindella, once she's done her once over, combined with what Gibb has said, just steps back and turns to the rest of the group and says, "Yeah, no, that this is nothing good can come of this."
Yeah.
All right. I got no problem walking away from a chest that looks like it'll kill me.
Gibbs still interested, but thinks that there might be some more information to come.
Yeah, or we can wait until next week when Nils is back and try pouring some blood from a pomegranate on it.
Okay, I'm gonna just draw a little note on the map so you guys so we can all remember that it was there.
Yeah, the Bloodstorm chest.
Maybe we'll use red. Yeah, that'll do.
Red. I like it red. Some like it hot, but I like it red. There you go. That's the Bloodstorm chest. Now I take it the room to the left here, that is all wall, right? That's where it's
yes.
The walls are dissolving in the interiors here.
Yeah.
So I say we go back outside and search this immediate area because we do have those bizarre tents.
Yeah, and I also point out that over here there's some more plants growing. We should probably check out too.
Good with the last part with the last of that stuff in his eye is going to come over to this window and peer into this room again.
Oh, okay. And as you do, you can see some of those writhing shapes in here. Those writhing beasts and crosses between beasts and lady.
And then they quickly fade.
Yeah, as the last of the ointment dries from your eyes.
Yep, and then Gibb thinks
they're like squirming and writhing together. It's
weird,
kind of erotic,
unsettling,
sort of horrific too.
But yet they're
mostly when the goat hoof comes out.
But then there's some breasts here and there that pop up, and so
right.
It's
sometimes they're kind of furry.
It doesn't bug Gibb too much. He can handle that.
Is it sexy? I don't know.
He's gonna rule
Do I
it
like
out.
it or not? I'm confused.
He doesn't. Yeah, he's not gonna rule it out. He's just gonna see what depends on.
Don't be hasty.
That's it. Mustn't judge.
No, depends on what shrooms he's going to be taking for that day.
That's right.
What kind of a ride's going to be going on?
Oh, I've been on those dates.
Okay, so he says that to the group that they're also in that room. So when we get more of that stuff, we should go in and check out that
So
room.
just as a reminder, there's a low window here, which you were just peering into, and then you could see the door across the way.
Right.
We also need to start listening a lot more carefully for those subtle voices.
The whispers.
Because now we've heard them a couple times. We should. Hammy certainly is going to be listening very closely for them.
Okay.
And then with that said, Gibbs going to search this bizarre area.
All right. Make a luck check, or sorry, a DC 15 luck roll. This is, you get to use your luck modifier if you have one.
Oh.
And
okay, roll
a 15 or better.
Yeah, this is basically a DC modified by luck.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, so Gibbs at a 12, so there's still no thing there, but Gibb will go ahead and come on, 20 or something.
Yeah,
4. Jesus Christ. Okay, going to a different color. God.
I'm sorry, it works for me.
Damn it.
Yeah, it works for me too. I usually change my color every adventure, and that works pretty well.
How do you change the color?
Just click on the color.
Click on the color.
The color on your name.
On your name tag at the bottom of the screen.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Because the die color matches your name tag.
Right.
By the way, Aaron, that DOT email I sent out with a little con report, were the drawings attached to it?
I don't recall, and I meant to write my own, but I didn't. Let me just quickly check. I believe they were.
Okay.
Looking. I'll just search against your name. Was that the 4321 email? No, that was John's email to us earlier today. Never mind. Pay no attention.
Ignore the man behind the curtain.
There's nothing to see.
We are here to help.
Cindella will go ahead and look around the bazaar as well.
All right, you have to do it at a DC 18 because, or no, you can spend a whole turn doing it. DC 15.
Okay. All right.
And while they do the bazaar, Gerda would like to look at the plants just beyond the building there because she should know something about plants.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I definitely know what I'm looking for.
Really? What did you
Definitely.
roll? Oh no, you have to roll a DC 18. It's a.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah, sorry. You're like, oh, this is awesome. Look at this rock I found. I got you. Sorry, I'm
Look
tired.
at this pole that I found that holds up the.
And these lovely silk canopies, aren't they gorgeous?
Look what I found.
Wonderful wrapping. Yes.
I might have to take some of this home.
Anybody else want to search? Hammy?
Oh,
Gerda,
Hammy's going to stick with Gerda, but Gerda's looking at the plants that are. Damn it! Just put the character.
I don't think there are plants. Oh, you're going to go look at those?
Here. You're going to go down here.
Yeah, and Hammy's going to stick with her just to keep an eye on her.
Okay.
the horse will follow Gerda just so that she's not alone.
Well, Hammy cooks, so if it's like, oh wait, that's oregano,
So this, yeah. So you come up towards these plants, and we'll get to them in just a moment. But I just want to give you a short description here of what you see as you turn that corner and look into this deeply shadowed alley. There are vines sort of twisting and crawling. That's sort of the plants that you see there to the north.
Mm-hmm.
And near the back of the alley, you can see a panel that's been thrown aside. And there's an opening there in the transparent floor with some stairs leading down.
Oh, look at that.
Nice, right at 9:45.
All right, let's do the plants.
Well, Hammy's going to do Hammy's he's got the intelligence of 16, so technically Gerda will be backing him up.
Good point.
On classic dungeon crawl symbolism.
Yes, none of these fangled arrows showing the up direction.
Stairs are getting smaller as they get further away. It's pretty clear.
Yeah, and if you're coming the other way, they'd be going up.
Right.
But he doesn't say stairs. Yep.
All right, let's see here. What do we got going on with these plants, with these vines, these twisting vines to the north of your current position?
Just trying to identify them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to touch them.
Mm-hmm.
And unlike Gib, I have no intention of tasting anything.
Oh, let's see. I need to do a few things here on my notes.
Gib kind of got addicted to that sunshine
mushroom,
in kind of like a weird celestial like way. Just cut it. So he's kind of like forever thinking about it in the back of his head. Like,
Wonder
I've
I
got
get
to
some more of that
find more of
mushroom.
that. I need to find some more of those mushrooms.
exactly.
That's the real reason we're on this great multiplanal search.
Yes, exactly.
I think that Eldever is sending us on quests, but really it's just Gib looking for more mushrooms.
All right. So this is kind of like this vine-laden fig tree. It's got big, broad leaves for the figs, for the fig bits itself, but also these twisting vines. And off of the vines come these large, dusty blue fruits hanging heavily on the vine.
Oh boy.
And then some are like split to reveal a rosy purple jelly fill, seedy meat, very fig-like. But they're big. They're like about as big as those pomegranates were.
It's gonna examine them as well. But we could let Hammy deduce whatever.
No, Hammy's not touching nothing. Parker, get off the counter.
I like it up here.
Hammy doesn't want to. Yeah, Parker likes to put his.
one.
He was trying to counter surf. Sorry.
Very, very. Well, first he's going to examine one of the split ones, and, and smell it and try to get a sense of it.
Stick his tongue on it.
No, not yet.
It's not a 9-volt battery.
DC 15 intelligence check.
We are not, in fact, the planeswalkers. We are the mycologists.
Yep.
Horticulturists, botanists.
Yeah, what are we? A bunch of fucking botanists?
Botanists.
Going for mushrooms, we're mycologists.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have any idea about these things. They smell very pungent. Very, almost like it's like this blast of pungent, ripe, overly ripe fruit smell just hits you as you sort of bring your nose slightly closer to it.
So Gib's gonna take his finger and just touch the jelly.
Oh my God! Nothing happens.
Get it between his finger.
It burned.
Yeah.
Examine it. Nothing happens.
No, it's like a big fig.
Just like a big fig. What the hell? He's gonna take a taste of it.
Oh, you're gonna take a bite of it?
Everything's been delicious here, so
just a taste. Something that's still not in the realm of super killing, but
Yeah. So that the flavor is like eating an overripe peach, I guess you could say. It's very kind of mushy, but like sharp and pungent, and it just explodes in your mouth, and you feel that explosion kind of rocks back your head, and you feel just newfound strength and energy coursing through your body. Again, +1 strength.
Hey.
But it only lasts until you sleep.
So it lasts until I sleep?
It lasts for a day.
It lasts for a day. Okay, well that'll tell us when a day's in. So Gib's gonna pick. If he picks one, can he extrapolate how much of a?
Each fig will provide one such effect, and there are. Looks like there are some fruits here. Hang on a second.
Heck yeah!
Let's see how many fruits there are.
Rewards for the bold, my friends. Rewards for the bold.
Fate favors the bold. That's right.
There are 18 fruits here.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're very. They're like most fruits. They won't
limited
last.
Shelf life.
They won't last forever. And they will last Oh, I don't know. I'll just make it up. I mean, I won't make it up later. I'll just deal with it later.
Yeah.
Very good. Very
Gibbs
good.
Gibbs
Are you
gonna
going to take all 18?
not at this time. Gibbs just gonna take like one. Because
Okay.
he's got one. He's good. Of course, the rest of the group can either see that he's all of a sudden looking, more taut and upright, and
Well, he's not wearing a shirt, so it's obvious you're looking a little more
You're like
ripped.
rippling. Got a 6-pack.
You've been working out.
Yeah.
You're looking good.
What's up with
Oh,
you, Gibbs?
yeah, he'll just take one
All right.
for now,
Okay.
and in
I-
hopes that when they come back, he can pick some more. And if they come, if fate so wills it,
Fate favors the bold.
yeah, he'll just take one because he's got
So
a
you
day's
want to do
worth.
anything with that chest, bold guy?
What, the one we didn't?
The swirling red death in it? No.
Oh.
There's everybody bold and suicidal. There's a distinct difference.
There is a difference. Some might say it's a thin line. Others say it's a big giant.
It's a big black. Yeah. You
Big
can't
giant
miss it.
fly that you no gray.
Yeah, Horace looks at Gibbs' newfound 6-pack with skepticism, and Sindela looks at it and goes, "You need a fruit to give you a 6-pack?"
Well, she's the one who climbs on walls, so
Well, yeah,
she just.
I'm a
Well,
wizard.
she's the one who has a strength of 18.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. Hey, I'm impressed, Gib. Hammy just thinks that's awesome. I do think these are the kind of things you're going to want to start saving seeds and stuff from, because this sounds like kind of stuff that you would grow in wizards' gardens.
Exactly.
One day you're going to want to
Yes,
settle
good-
down to your own
good
tower
point,
full
Amy,
of
good point.
monsters. I'm just saying, you got to keep your eye open for your real estate, because one day you're going to want to settle down your own tower, monsters, whatever.
Mushrooms.
A lot of mushrooms. I see you're going to have a lot of sub-basements.
Yep. You
I
could
got
be
a cousin can get you a great price on manure.
Yeah, great price.
Yeah, you could be the group in my dad's game who find themselves in possession of a magical running wizard's tower that
Oh yeah, that thing is so cool.
Can move.
Yeah. it's pretty interesting.
It's like a Baba Yaga, but for wizards. It's like a Baba Yaga's house.
Yeah, how cool.
Yeah,
It
it's,
is,
it's literally just a tower on top of like mechanical spider legs.
Ah,
Well, now before we go any further, I want to point out something. I don't know if you recall, but what Hammy heard was they're here, they're coming. So they were aware of us. So maybe they're watching us through windows here, but everything is aware of us in this place.
mm-hmm.
And so we have to assume that nothing's going to be surprised by us. And it seems like a number of things are hungry.
Yeah. Well, even Gib still thinks we need to explore more of the top here, and especially get more of that see outside of this plane, because he's worried that there's going to be more spell casting, can't see things.
You want to zoom
That
out
is-
from the map, Peter? I'm just kind of curious about what you all have sort of known and discovered.
I said the other thing to consider is the initial entry room where we went through the curtains to this side. There's still a whole other side that we haven't
Correct.
explored.
Right.
Yeah,
And
with more of those invisible things.
you might want to run Gerda up to where the pond was, just so you can get a reveal up in that area.
Hmm. Yeah, that's right.
I
That's
just
all
lost
been-
her. Where'd she go? There she is.
That's been taken away.
Just so you have a frame of reference. I think that's about as far as you guys had went.
I think that is as far
and
as
you
we went.
also went east there to the top of the stairs, because you could see north on the other side of that wall. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, so this is about as far as you guys have explored, which seems accurate and correct to me. To the west, there of the pond are two great doors. And that's about everything that we've seen. Oh, and there's a big statue standing to the north, looking at that faces this bridge that leads to a great gate.
Right, that's right. I remember that.
And it's all over the lava.
And it's all over lava and fire.
That's where you're going to sacrifice your
magma.
You're going to sacrifice it by throwing it into that.
Maybe, or that great fire that's burning just on the other side of these stairs here where we came in.
Let's see. That fire that was by the fountain that kind of smoldered down to some kind of like a small campfire.
So if another one of those things shows up, maybe that. But anyway, I earlier I was talking to Aaron and basically said, you'll let me know, and there's something I go, oh yeah, this will work.
Yeah, something they would have to destroy it, I would think.
Well, yeah. It's going to be limited.
So it's a metal mace, so you're going to have to, molten would definitely do that.
Yeah, magma would definitely do that. All right, guys. Well, pretty good session tonight, despite just exploring the southern portion of the market here.
Yeah, and losing.
It was a good combat, though.
Yeah, it was fun. A lot of fun. Hits or misses for tonight? Maybe we'll start with Gib.
Just horrible rolls.
Oh, horrible rolls. Yeah, that was awful.
But super awesome discoveries.
With some of the plants, right? Especially those figs.
Super wizard, awesome stuff,
Yeah,
like what a wizard, lives to do.
Just have new discoveries.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I think nice role playing. By the way, really good role playing tonight from Gib.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was impressed. The same with Aaron. Who he's like, "Oh yeah, take a luck point." That was a really good scene. I liked that a lot. You know how you were touched and it really hurt you that he had died in your service.
Yeah,
that was really great. That was my high point, really.
Oh, cool. Any misses for you tonight, Gerda?
Yeah, Nil's fallen out.
Oh,
I missed him. But no, really good adventure. I mean, again, we're just exploring little bits and pieces. It reminds me a little of Gates of Gan in that we're just taking bites out of it. And it's going to take a while in order to put it all together and see the picture.
Yeah, that's part of it. I think that's true. Horace, hits or misses for you tonight?
Miss would be that I was late.
Nick of time is how I would put it.
But hit would be I really enjoyed the end of that combat with the half goat creatures where Gerda just slammed the creature and then you had Hammy and Zendella just follow it up.
That was cool. That was
the invisible thing to hit.
Yeah.
That was very cool. Yes, I agree. How
about for you?
Well, for me, the big hit was just getting to play another game after a weekend of gaming and played D&D.
We haven't played in a while anyway.
Yeah, I got to play D&D on Monday, which was okay. I mean, 5th Ed is nothing like this. So I would like to see you guys be able to make a little more. There's so much here, but I mean, we're having so much fun with just this one small area that we're playing in. It's still very entertaining to me. So I think that's sort of my miss, but also the hit that we're having so much fiction in this one small place, right?
Right. Yeah. Lots of story making.
Right.
Well, I mean, what is it in the DCC rulebook? It says your average adventurer probably doesn't go more than 2 or 3 miles outside of his hometown.
Right.
Big adventures happen in small places.
And that is happening.
Yep.
It's happening.
And I'm glad we found some stairs down. That's a good thing to know. We can. I also don't feel I have to search everything, like those invisible things, unless we know for sure we can see them. I don't see a point of going back in that building.
Gib disagrees.
Well, if you can find a way to see him, I'm right behind you.
Yeah, no, Gibbs all for finding that plant again because he thinks that it's key to the survival of the place.
There might be something beyond that. I could very well be. I can see that.
It really freaked out Gibb that there was a creature that was invisible yet could still cast charm and turn one of his
turn one of our own against us.
Turn it against them. So he that freaks him out because he's dealing with creatures we haven't dealt with yet to the level.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Settles them. So
and it bothered me that he was trying to do it to Gerda too. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, so that's he's intrigued but also very wary of missing things. Leaving something behind that might be very important.
Good point. Very good point. We need to find that third item, and it could be in that little dark patch right there.
Mm-hmm.
You found it. It's a chest.
Dark patch.
Could be in the chest. I think the chest. Yeah.
Well, you also found a keg of beer and a
oh yeah, absolutely. Good times.
And a small keg of ale.
When we decide to rest, there's definitely going to be enough.
I just have a gut feeling that those don't count for what this guy wants. But just a gut feeling.
I'm gonna guess what he's looking for is like the type of thing that's inside the Bloodstorm chest.
Sure, that's exactly what Gibb also thinks.
Of course, the fact that the DM warned away Sindela from touching it leads me to believe it's probably very bad.
Well, it's got to be disarmed.
That's it. We'll figure this out.
All right, guys.
All right. You have a good night.
I'll catch up with you soon. Bye.
Yeah.